From the city to the counties, from the mountains to the ocean. This is 410 WX, Maryland's weather source. Hello everyone, hope you've had a good week. Hope you've been able to stay dry. It's been an active pattern for the last week or so. It's good to be back. I was sick, I was out a few weeks, but I'm doing pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good. So without further ado, let's get to this weather and talk about what has been a crazy Thursday and a big contrast from last Thursday in particular. 80.73 at Thurgood, if I can get this graphic to work. There we go. Benchmark is 87.67. Notice also one particular thing that's important. We are in the green in terms of our rainfall for the first time in I don't know how long, because we've had a furious stretch in August, and we will talk about that momentarily. But you look at the temperatures on Thursday. Oh, actually, not the temperatures. We're going to look at drought monitor real quick, and there's a caveat I want to say. A lot of Western Maryland really missed out on the storms Friday and Saturday that were pretty nasty, brought down some pretty heavy rainfall, some gusty winds, brought a good amount of power outages and down trees and limbs as well. So, especially Saturday storms. So that's why they are still struggling in the drought department, although I will say things are starting to improve on that front at least. Looking at the statewide lows, due to Debby being around on Thursday, and the lows and highs did not jump a whole lot. We had, I believe it was like a 7-degree average from low to high on Thursday statewide, which is very rare. I didn't do a biggest jump, by the way, because I'm tired. It's been a long Thursday, and this rain can get to you, but temperatures didn't budge a whole lot. And the rain, I mean, in the city, I think at the Science Center it was close to an inch. There was an inch and a half at, I want to say, Hagerstown picked up an inch and a half. Pardon me. And another location, I can't remember for the life of me. But I also remember Andrews picked up like 3/4 of an inch. The capital city, Annapolis, picked up 2/3. So pretty good rain on Thursday. Debby will be moving out as we head into the weekend, though, and that is some good news. That's why I have the regular open instead, the alert days or aware days or whatever. So you do have that to look forward to, and the key thing you have to remember, less humidity. Dew points will probably be around 60, which will really benefit us in terms of keeping that humidity down. Although I will say there may be an upper level disturbance by midweek that we have to talk about, so we'll get into that in a second, but let me just give you some context here. We have been really struggling with rainfall for much of the summer after a strong start to the year. I mean, if it wasn't for January being so ridiculous, we would be in deep trouble right now. But look at August. I mean, look at this. Almost 3 inches of rain. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Can I get my pen tool? There's my pen tool. 3 inches of rain surplus for the month of August. The month of August. I mean, we picked up 80 or 8/10 of an inch at Thurgood as of 11 o'clock midnight, Thursday night into Friday morning. So that's ridiculous. We are already to give perspective here. The average rainfall for the month of August is 4.09. We are at 4.14. We've already achieved what we would get in an average August already within 8 days. Absolutely ridiculous. And this rain will continue because of Debby. And for that, I'm going to pull a trick up my sleeve here. We are going to go to the Doppler network and talk about this because this is just absurd. So let me just get my controls and let me just talk about the flooding situation that we have concerns about. Flood watches are in place as of the time of this recording through Friday and Saturday. I think it's late Friday, I'm pretty sure, with this flood watch for areas north and west of I-95. And then there's coastal flooding concerns, Eastern Shore and Western Shore. And there's a coastal flood warning in Anne Arundel County. Annapolis, they get a lot of coastal flooding. It's very easy to flood there, very flood prone. So that's a concern. So any flood prone areas, when you're seeing this recording on Friday, just pay attention, even after the storms, because once this moves up into PA, and I'll actually illustrate this real quick. Once this low moves up into PA, all that rain is going to be coming down these creeks and streams towards us. So you want to pay attention. I know the Susquehanna River Basin doesn't usually have the most prone flooding. I mean, they have the Congo Wingo Dam there near US 1. But for those in Havre de Grace and Port Deposit and Perryville, you might want to keep an eye out because a lot of these storms could be problematic in terms of rainfall down the line as it streams all the rain and excessive rainfall into the larger rivers and then streams on down. So you want to be mindful of that. And here's a concern. There's multiple rounds of storms. There's already been reports of tornadoes in Northern Virginia earlier. Tropical system, you're going to have that convective energy. You're going to have to spin and the wind shear for that. Here's the main concern. There's more. And if I can get this to pull up, there is more. There is more with this storm coming up into Western Maryland, and that will be the concern on Friday. So that's the main deal. However, I will show this as we head back to our main graphics here. There will be a key cog in the wheel that will help us. If I can get this machine to start working for once in its life. There we go. Thank you. There will be a dip in the jet, and I will draw this here real quick. And this will have to be in black. The jet stream's going to dip down like so. And on the eastern end of the trough, that's going to dig down into the Great Lakes during the day Friday, late Friday into Saturday. What that will do is it will take Debby and move it on up out of here. And that will really help limit whatever rain that we end up getting, which is really, really beneficial in that regard. You'll see that here. There's that trough digging down, and here's Debby moving on out. I will say this, rainfall totals could be rather significant, especially if you get caught under one of these heavier bands. So I'm assuming by the time of this recording, a lot of that will be said and done. But even then, just throwing it out there, just in case I manage to upload this early to the social media platforms. So heads up there. Although I will say, after we get out of this, we have some really, really, really nice weather coming up for both Saturday and Sunday as well. So there is that to look forward to. GFS and the Euro, notice, big break after Debby moves on up out of here. And we do need it, but yet we kind of don't because the drought situation hasn't budged a whole lot, even in Central Maryland, because of the lack of rainfall that we have been seeing in terms of the overall spread. Yes, we had some nasty storms and we've picked up a lot of rain, but you saw with that drought monitor, there was little to no improvement in Central Maryland still. So does that remain a point of contention? Absolutely. So there is that. Mitchell meter for the weekend, I'm going to give it an 8. And this is going to be a rock solid 8 because, my goodness, if you have any plans, especially Sunday, once a lot of this starts drying out, really, really nice. For the next 7, I'm keeping it the same, but with an asterisk, a caveat. We have to worry about chances at precipitation midweek and then a more organized system by the latter half of the week, if not by next weekend. A shortwave trough, an upper level system could be possible. A lot of it has been ranging between Tuesday and Thursday. I'm keeping chances 15% Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Friday's going to be more 20%. A lot of it still has to be ironed out, so keep close to a source of weather information as we head towards that time frame. We'll worry about that with time, but I really hope you have an opportunity to enjoy this weekend because look at this. Besides maybe some morning rain Saturday, and I think that's really being generous with any remnants that manage to try and sneak by, I think that would be rather east of the Chesapeake, so to speak. We have a really, really nice setup, especially for the early week. Yes, we have the questions about the midweek and getting towards the end of the week, but if you're heading out to see the Orioles, knock on wood, you should be okay. If you're heading out to see the Nats this weekend, should be good for any plans there. Go out, enjoy it. Hopefully they get themselves some wins because, goodness, do they need it. But they have some improved, so I will knock on wood on that regard. Mid-80s, upper 80s, I see some 86, 87s, but I will say it will be with relatively lower humidity. Dew point levels will be mid-60s at best, and even then, I think it'd probably be the lower 60s for a good chunk of these days coming up. So it'll be really, really nice. In our western counties, in our western zones, really nice in the urban areas, low 80s, and look at that, refreshing, low to mid 70s. Could we stay out the 70s for Sunday? Possibly. And could we dip down around 50 in some communities and our higher elevations Monday morning? Also a possibility as well. Eastern Shore, Delmarva, if you have any last second summer plans, should be fine. Just keep in mind there may be some residual rainfall early Saturday, and I mean like around sunrise for those of you early birds there, early Saturday. But even then, rest of the stretch should look really, really nice. If you have any end of summer plans, just go out there, enjoy it. It will be really, really nice. Wednesday weather discussions, 6:30 Eastern every week. Personal Weather Channel, Meso Mitchell WX. This is Jay Mitchell from 4NO WX wishing you a fantastic weekend. Be safe, take care, go Orioles, go Nats, and go Ravens. They play their preseason game Friday as I'm getting this recording out, so good luck to them. Take care, y'all.